Hi, my name is Breanna Killoy, and this is the Public Relations Crisis Assignment. The crisis is that part of our facility that is owned or operated by our organization has collapsed, which resulted in the injuring of a number of our fans and consumers. It was quickly reported by media that our organization ignored inspections that were recommending repairs and upgrades to the facility. The potential impact. Our fans will feel unsafe at our facilities, fans will no longer trust our brand, and we will lose a tremendous amount of ticket sales if we do not mend our image. This is how we'd like to handle our crisis. We want to address perceptions. The gravity of the crisis is directly proportional to the public's perception of it, rather than to what has actually happened on the ground. We want to listen to who is complaining. It is very important that we try to understand what is making our fans angry. People won't listen to what we have to say until we've heard their side of the story. We want to tune in emotionally. We want to learn how to interpret the public's mood. We want to connect with them. Reason from the point of view that we represent. We want to make it clear that the company is defending the interests of the people it serves. Distinguish between law and public opinion. We may be in the right, but we're still wrong. It's best to have both legal advisors and communication experts on hand. We want to tell the truth. Honesty is essential to credibility. One of the worst things that can be done is lying in the times of a crisis, because if that gets out, that is just, you're sealing your fate right there. We want to be accountable for our actions. We need to assume responsibility that has the possibility to mean fixing the problem. And more importantly, we need to be professional throughout this whole crisis process. The crisis management plan. We need to make sure that we have key contact information. Our reminders of what should be done in crisis. Pre-assigning responders to a crisis team, which I will list in my next slide. And we need to have a designated crisis team. Our crisis management team will consist of public relations, legal advice, security, operations, financial advice, and human resources. We absolutely need a spokesperson. A key component to any crisis management team is the spokesperson. We need to avoid the phrase no comment, because that is often times where people use that phrase, they're trying to hide something. Present easy to understand information. Avoid using jargon related to our company. Lack of clarity might make people think that our organization is purposely strewing what we're trying to say in order to hide what has been done. We need to present ourselves as pleasant on camera by avoiding nervous habits that people interpret as deception. Our spokesperson definitely needs to have the ability to make strong eye contact and limited discrepancies such as ums or uhs, and avoid distracting nervous gestures such as fidgeting or pacing or even shifting uncomfortably when they are talking to the media. We need to communicate to our fans. We need to design a website for our crisis, or even give part of our current website to the crisis at hand. We need to utilize mass notifications to fans, and in order to do this, we would use the emails that people sign up to get our newsletters or sign up for special events that may be going on at games. And we would make sure that we send out a mass notification to all the people who have signed up so they have this information and they see that we are currently working on the problem. Our initial response. We need to provide a response right after the crisis occurs. This is a no-brainer. We need to be quick, be accurate, and be consistent. In reality, the organization side of the story are the key points management wants to convey about the crisis to its stakeholders, to its fans, to whoever has a big part or plays a big part in this organization. When a crisis occurs, people want to know what happened. If we don't quickly talk to the media, other people will be happy to talk to the media and feed them inaccurate information, which does not help us in any way, shape, or form. So we need to make sure that we get out there and we be quick and we be accurate and we tell those people exactly what the truth is. Time for reputation repairs. We need to remind them. Crisis managers tell stakeholders, fans, and anyone who is involved with the organization about the past good works of our organization. We need to integrate. Crisis managers praises the fans and everyone who was also involved with our organization for their actions. Compensation. We need to offer money or other gifts to victims to make them know that they are being heard and we do know that what we did was wrong. We need to issue an apology. Crisis managers need to indicate that our organization takes full responsibility for the crisis and asks everyone for their forgiveness. They need to know that we are on their side and that we are taking care of the problem. We need to let fans know that it wasn't our intentions for anyone to get hurt and that we were going to push off upgrades until the next season because we didn't want to interrupt current events. However, since the event, we will be starting upgrades and repairs as soon as possible, and accommodations will be made for the impacted events. Post-crisis. We need to provide updates even though the crisis has happened already. We need to continue updating that webpage. We need to tell our fans and the target market being the fans, the stakeholders, and everyone who is involved with our organization. We need to continue the reputation repair through this stage. And our organization will be releasing updates on the recovery process, corrective actions, and/or investigations of the crisis.